land. This is Mike George coming at you live from Columbus, Ohio. Oh gosh, it's been a while since I've done one of these broadcasts here. For some of you guys who were wondering whether I've died or not, I'm alive, yay! So none of y'all bitches got to collect that life insurance yet. However, Facebook seems to think that Facebook did a funny little thing where it wasn't sure if I was alive and therefore had disabled my profile for a hot minute. So apologies to anybody who tried to message me or reach out to me over the last 2 months. But as I sort of mentioned in this morning's post, I got to undergo the just infinitely inconvenient farce of having what happened to be my two most precious possessions at the time, basically abruptly taken from me, from right next to me in my sleep. So nothing like getting your two most valuable possessions stolen from next to you while you're asleep. In my little temporary home to kind of create a hell for myself for the last 2 months. So I'm coming at you on a new-ish phone, a hand-me-down Android phone. So I'm kind of using this this particular Facebook Live broadcast to kind of just test how good the camera and microphone are, if they are good at all, if you can even hear me at all. So we'll consider this a test run. But happy Sunday, y'all. I guess I kind of had to. It's been a while since I've done one of these broadcasts, so I have to kind of remind myself of the protocols that are involved with my open mic segment. I'm calling these open mic live. We'll call them only because these videos have become a sort of timeless relic for me. If a little time capsule of randomity in my shit show life. And I've kind of gone through the effort quite a while ago, actually, of compiling sort of my greatest hits collection into a series that I'm now calling Open Mic Live. And so so if I guess for whatever reason you guys are watching this and you can't hear a word I'm saying, that would be a good time to tell me. Or I could just kind of go and watch myself again after the fact and then delete the video if I decide that this is utter crap and just an utter waste of valuable Facebook server space. But otherwise, I'm just kind of enjoying this another marvelous day here in Columbus. Let's kind of see if I can take a gander here. Kind of just walking around the Topiary Park area of Columbus, right around Town Street. This is Town Street and Washington. This is essentially the Topiary Park behind the Columbus Metropolitan Library. My goodness, what a beautiful little morning here in Columbus. On my way to one of the local churches where, to my relief, they are offering free haircuts. So when I say I've been living in austerity mode for the last 2 months without this phone and without this laptop, I mean that I have managed, and I'm kind of I'm a little proud of this, I have managed to go through an entire month, I think, with an average of 88 cents in my checking account to my name. And I have to say, I'm quite proud of myself for making it through a whole month on 88 cents. That having been said, the bills have stacked up, and so I have kind of taken on some part-time work in some of the local establishments. One of which I'll do a shout out to, which is the Shangshan Chinese restaurant, which some of you guys from the Old Town East neighborhood might recall as the former Dragon One. located on Oak and Parsons. So yours truly will be working there. This is my first time like legitimately working at a Chinese restaurant. For some of you guys who knew me in Steubenville, one of my dear, sort of one of our dearest family friends owned the China Gourmet in Steubenville, and so a lot of my childhood consists of me kind of hanging out with Alan Pang and his family, especially over the summer when we were off of school. And so I kind of have this. I have all these fond childhood memories of sort of playing in the back of the Chinese restaurant, sort of in the unused banquet room space. But this is my first time actually collecting a check from a Chinese restaurant. Well, not yet. Any checks yet. This is probably my third week here working at the restaurant. So, without even leaving aside the fact that I'm working there and have a bias towards this particular venue, I do encourage some of you guys in Columbus to check it out. One of the dishes that they're really featuring on this sort of on this revamped menu that they have is something that I've always wanted to that I've always thought should be introduced to the U.S. sort of food scene, which is sort of the Asian style fried chicken dishes. And I have fond memories of last time I was in Taiwan, when my mom kind of introduced me to some of the Taiwanese style fried chicken that they have out in some of the night markets. And I wish I could do justice in kind of describing it. I mean, I don't want to say it's like fried chicken, which is kind of how the menu at the restaurant that I'm working at kind of bills it. It's something, gosh, I mean, it's fried. If this gives you any hints as to what the flavor might be like, it's fried with basil. Like they put, at least as I recall how it was done in Taiwan, these night markets, they put like fresh basil in, along with a bunch of other herbs, and it kind of gives this like really sweet tasting, but also, I guess a sweet kind of rich flavor. I mean, for anybody who loves basil, especially Thai basil, it's a delicious little treat. So otherwise, I'm just on my way over to, as I said, one of the churches. This one is Mount Olivet. I don't remember what kind of church it is. I think Mount Olivet, maybe Presbyterian Church or Evangel. I don't know, some church. They're one of the fine establishments around town that I go to at least every week or so for some of their free lunches that they give out. And I hark very often about Columbus and its abundance of free food that they have that's available throughout the various churches and community centers. I swear to God that I've eaten better being on the streets of Columbus than I have when I was spending like copious amounts of money eating out at like Popeyes and shit every day. So if there's it's a little irony, but also kind of a testament to, I think, the generosity as well as sort of the generous spirit of and a sense of community that exists here in Columbus that I've sort of fallen in love with in a way that I hadn't before when I was sort of in my cozy little my cozy little bougie bubble of young professionalism, stressing with work every day and stressing with the whole 9 to 5 rat race and everything. So I'm just kind of give you guys another gander here, just my little walk to the church. This is just going down Grant Street. I love this part of town. This is the Discovery District of Columbus, which is this much like many other parts of Columbus has been kind of going through a healthy sort of renaissance. And I will say, I mean, much of this area is still, I think, has way. I would say much of this area is kind of behind. I shouldn't say behind, but it hasn't really yet taken off like some of the other areas have. I think to some relief in a way, because there's still lots of parking lots, which I consider to be a sign of maybe some relatively idle land use. So it's not this area hasn't quite taken off yet in terms of the building spree like other parts of Columbus has, but I figure it's only a matter of time. I mean, look at this big old parking lot. I mean, I can only imagine some of the people that own these copious amounts of parking. I imagine over time, with the way the market has gone, it's no longer going to be very viable to keep this all this land as parking lot. I mean, I can't imagine that being profitable, no matter how much parking, no matter how much these people pay for, charging parking. So, anywho, nice view down Rich Street towards downtown there. Just a wonderful little Sunday morning here in Columbus. You guys are quiet so far. What is on your guys' mind? Shit, I don't really have too much to talk about. As usual, I went on a Facebook Live rant and didn't really have a topic to talk about, aside just from the fact of getting my online life back again. So nice to see you guys all again. Even if you guys don't make an effort to say hello in the comments and spark some life into this conversation, I still see you. I still see you, Jim Mark. I still see you, Betsy Pavlik. I still see you, Justin Alexander, Patty. So thank you guys for watching and enduring my little rant, if you will. Hope that wherever you guys are, you are enjoying some fine weather. I know many parts of this country have not been. So, once again, I feel blessed here in Columbus, Ohio. Just enjoying some fine, beautiful, sunny weather. Sitting at around 20 degrees or so, which is about 70 Fahrenheit. And yeah, look at the church bells are going. I think that means it's almost approaching high noon here. And so I'm going to turn the corner here and getting close to the church that I need to go to get this free haircut. Lord knows I need it. I actually cut my hair myself for like the first time, just because I was getting really just annoyed at how it just needed trimmed, and I had like zero money. So I figured, you know what? There's a good time to try my skills out at cutting my own hair. Why not? And I actually didn't do too bad, I would say. But I will say I'm pretty sure that whoever cuts my hair here is gonna notice that an unskilled, non-professional person had touched this hair last. We'll see. We'll see what judgment awaits me from the barber coming up. So yeah, it just we have a slow connection. So yeah, anyways, here's sort of my final stretch. I think the church is located right after this little hotel here. So yeah, just kind of do a little final stretch down Main Street here to get to the lovely ladies here that run this church that I get to see usually every Friday for lunch. This time is gonna be a Sunday morning at the church, so I'm sure to be a different vibe, different flavor than what I'm used to. But nonetheless, same fabulous ladies. So I'm excited. That's been part of the joy of just kind of eating around all the different churches that offer these free meals, just getting a chance to kind of socialize with all these different like ladies groups and church people that I would never otherwise really interact with, I guess, as opposed to like the gaggle of gays that has otherwise occupied my social life in years yester yonder. So here is the church coming up. So I better button up my shirt here and put on my best behavior here on this Sunday morning. Sunday, I should say, at high noon. A high noon in which I haven't had any weed yet, so it is one of those. It's a high noon where I'm not high. So yay! Oh, hi Chase. Oh, nice to see you too. I'm actually Chase. I'm glad. We need to talk later because I believe I missed a date of ours like from 2 months ago, and I haven't forgotten about it. But anyways, we'll talk. Anyways, I'm approaching this lovely little church, so I am going to go ahead and sign off of here. Let's do a little panoramic of the church here. Yeah, it's a Baptist church. Okay, Mount Olivet Baptist Church, where the cross is central. So yes. So anyways, on that note, Facebook lands, hope you are having a marvelous Sunday morning / afternoon. And yeah, hopefully weather is good where you guys are. Hope the Lord is in a good mood in your neck of the woods. And without further ado, I guess I better get my hair did here. And thanks to these lovely ladies here and the folks of Mount Olivet Church. So coming at you live from Columbus, Ohio on this fine Sunday morning, this has been Mike George. Take care of yourselves and take care of somebody else. And take care of your hair as well. Toodaloo.